Destiny 2's PvP launched back in 2017 at a completely bare-bones state. Whereas Destiny 1 had many PvP modes to choose from, Destiny 2 only had two options at the time: quick play or competitive. Quick play had a mosh pit of Clash, Control, and Supremacy, and competitive had a few variation game modes with limited lives. If, for example, you were only a fan of the Control game mode, you were locked to playing a mosh pit of all the game modes, whether you wanted it or not. Thankfully, Bungie would change this throughout time, and now we're given plenty of freedom in which game modes we want to play. Bungie has introduced a few new game modes that haven't really taken off in popularity, but Rumble, a fan favorite, was missing at Destiny 2's launch and was later introduced due to fans' high requests. But three other game modes have still been left behind in Destiny 1. The first one I want to talk about is Rift. Rift is Destiny's answer to a capture the flag game mode, where Guardians need to capture a spark and deliver it to the enemy's rift to score points. The spark would spawn in near the middle of the map on a timer, and controlling this area surrounding the spark is key to securing the spark. The spark can then be picked up and then must be carried to the enemy's side of the map to their rift. Escorted by teammates, the player would need to dunk the spark in the enemy's rift to score points. The spark has a shot clock as well, and if the runner does not get the spark into the enemy rift before the time runs out, then they will die and have to start over from the beginning. Rift was one of my favorite game modes in Destiny 1. Playing with a full team was especially a ton of fun and admittedly unbalanced as hell. Spawn trapping could be a problem because spawns would never really flip for this game mode, though understandably, because if they did flip spawns, then that would also be broken. Solo queuing for this game mode was also pretty rough as well. Like most games, Capture the Flag definitely relies on solid teamwork. Despite its few problems, I would love to see Bungie bring this game mode back in the future because I'm missing that Capture the Flag game mode right now in Destiny. And I also miss spark dunks that led to multi-kills.
Look at them fall! You ignited the rift.
The second game mode I want to talk about is Skirmish. Skirmish is a 3v3 Crucible game mode that is basically a team deathmatch where the team with the most points wins. But similar to game modes like Elimination, you're allowed to revive your teammates. Obviously, the common team play 3v3 strategies are applicable to Skirmish, like sticking close together and preventing flanks, but not as penalizing like Survival or Elimination where you have limited lives. Skirmish is where I spent a majority of my PvP time in year 1 of Destiny 1, and it's what prepped me to be ready for Trials of Osiris when it launched in House of Wolves. I'd play Skirmish with some friends almost every single night, improving little by little at the game. This feels like an easy game mode to reintroduce, since it's so simple in its design. It's not as serious as something like the competitive game modes, like Elimination or Survival, but still provides a laid-back way to play 3v3 Crucible. Personally, if I had to choose which mode was brought back first, it'd be Skirmish. The third game mode that hasn't seen a return, and understandably so, is Salvage. I know there might be only 5 people out there who really liked Salvage, and shout out to you guys, and namely my friend Joe. Every time back in the day when I'd log on, I'd see Joe playing Salvage. That man basically lived in that playlist. Salvage is a 3v3 game mode where the goal is to reach a targeted point first and claim its secrets. If one team gets there first, then the other must interrupt their efforts to prevent them from gaining points. The team with the most collected secrets when the timer ends wins the match. The most similar mode to Salvage in Destiny 2 right now is Countdown, where you can capture positions in a similar way. However, Countdown is more of a search and destroy mode, whereas Salvage is kind of like a hardpoint or King of the Hill mode, where once you capture the relic, preventing the enemy team from disrupting your capture is how you secure points. It was an interesting idea that at the time was wildly unbalanced with the scoring that made it basically useless to try and capture and instead just focus on getting kills. It was essentially a combination of Skirmish and King of the Hill that I'd like to see brought back and improved upon with proper scoring this time around. It definitely wasn't popular in Destiny 1, but I think it still had a lot of potential. I'll be honest, Destiny 2's Crucible is pretty uninteresting to me currently. I used to enjoy PvP just for the sake of playing in D1, but those moments of hey let's play PvP for fun haven't really been a part of D2 for at least myself. With the removal of skill-based matchmaking, it's brought a little bit of that back in Destiny 2, but I think bringing something like Rift and Skirmish back to the game would be a great way to bring more fun to the Crucible again, or at the very least, break up the monotony of playing the current Crucible. Maybe one day we'll even see Sparrow Racing return to provide some more fun and some rage to the PvP space again. But check out my video linked in the description discussing Sparrow Racing at length. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about Rift and Skirmish and Salvage? Did you enjoy those game modes? Let me know which one was your favorite. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy and subscribe for more. And enjoy some classic Destiny 1 Rift and Skirmish gameplay.
Spark charging. Spark has arrived. Guardian down. Falling behind. Double down. Gains the lead. Guardian down. The lead. Gains the lead. Guardian down. Lost the lead. Gains the lead. Guardian down. Guardian down. Guardian down. Gains the lead. Zone B neutralized. Zone A lost. Double down. Gains the lead. Enemy captured Zone A. Zone C neutralized. Double kill. down. Zone A lost. Enemy captured Zone A. Fantastic work. You're in the lead. Zone A neutralized. I haven't seen a fight.